Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Haysie Simmer here, and I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video to help me grow. And if you have been here for a while, I would love to see comments in below. Let me know what are your favorite moments so far in my Extreme Ultimate Decades Challenge. Today's episode, we're in the year 1324, so without further ado, let's get into it. So today is Friday, the first day of 1324, and right now we are with our second household, Francis, and his wife, Jenna, and his triplets and his adopted son. We're in this household today because it is the triplets' birthday, so we need to do their roles to see if they survive. But they're currently in the chapel. It is a Friday, and usually we would do this on Sundays. This Sunday is Francis's first time delivering the sermon for his entire family. He asked Jenna and the kids to come out here while he practiced and went over it because he really wants to impress his brother and his dad and just let them know that, you know, he takes it very serious when they give him a responsibility around Alder Village. We are growing into a real community now. We have a chapel and a graveyard and you know, a blacksmith station. We just have so much here on Alder Farm. You guys can kind of see it better now. So even though Francis is a creative sim and he's exploring the painterly skill that his mom also had, he still takes, you know, being a male in the Alder family very serious. And anytime he is given responsibility to lead, yay, looks like he did a great job. But anytime he's given responsibility to lead or take care of something around the village, he puts his all into it. Francis is a very passionate man. And we are gonna do the roles for their children to see if they survive. Okay, so for Joshua, Catriona, and Theodore, to age up into a kid, they cannot roll a 9 or a 19. So this is for Joshua 6. Joshua gets to age up. This is Joshua Alder. For Theodore, it'll be the same thing, either a 9 or a 19. He does not age up to a child. 14, Theodore also ages up. And here is Theodore Alder. And the same goes for Catriona. If she gets a 9 or a 19, she doesn't age up. This is for Catriona. Yay, Catriona ages up. I was a little nervous there. That was pretty close. And this is Catriona Alder. And their older stepbrother also automatically will age up. He's not in the family tree, so it is absolutely fine for him to age up without any consequences. He is a little pirate though, so I think it'll be, oh, he's the son of a pirate. So I think it would be fun to make sure he's representing. All right, and this is Jack Sparrow. So yeah, that is Francis and his kids and their age up. I also gave Francis this really nice makeover, only to just realize looking over that it is also his birthday. So we have to do the dreaded young adult role. If he gets a 2, 6, 11, 13, or 14, he does not survive, which is a lot of numbers, guys. Okay, so this is for Francis to see if he turns into a young adult. Again, we do not want to see 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. Yay! Oh my goodness, that is the best news ever. This is Mary, which was Frederick's first wife, by the way. But right now, Francis is, you know, just talking to Catriona and Joshua. They're talking about the Watcher and their religious beliefs. And it's really cool because we have so many ghosts here on Alder Farm that the family often interacts with the paranormal. So it looks like they're asking their Aunt Mary, you know, what is it like once you pass away? How is the experience? And Joshua is making fun of Catriona for asking that kind of question. But Mary is letting her know, you know, that is a great question. It was something I was worried about myself, but I get to see my family from the beyond and still experience life alongside them. And everyone feels pretty satisfied with that answer. And we're just going to say they are praying to the Watcher to make sure everything works out in their favor this year. It's been a rough couple of years. Every time we're doing good, we get kicked back. I'm going to have Francis work on paintings because he has that ability. Jenna is over here cleaning. I did remake their home just simply because they have so many kids and they need room to sleep them. And I gave them toys. Francis doesn't really provide much money through his paintings, but it is a hobby career that his mom always encouraged him to continue. So Francis is a twin. His twin was Caesar, and Caesar passed away when he was a child. Francis, seeing his own children and his stepson Jack grow up into childhood, is probably a very wonderful experience because when Caesar died, it was a winter time. So every winter, Francis is nervous about, the health and state of his family. So to see them continue to heal, grow, thrive, even in the midst of these really rough years, is fulfilling to his heart. And his years married to Jenna, his soulmate, has been nothing but happiness, even though they weren't able to have their own child biologically. They are very satisfied with their life together and their partnership. So it's 6 a.m. on Friday, the first day of the year, 1324, and Jenna is just composing a letter to her family to check in on her mom. If you didn't know, her mom's name is Emma Brewer. She is one of the spellcasters in the village, and she helps out with midwife duties around the village. So Jenna also assists her mom and Adelaide. And since Adelaide recently just had a baby, I feel like Jenna and her mom, Emma Brewer, taking a hold of helping the village out more until they recover from postpartum. I'm going to have Jenna spin some thread to sell because it does. So Francis's household does a lot tighter financially, but it is, so he has to take care of more kids. I do list his paintings on Plopsy, but that's because the way I'm playing it out in my head is that he takes commission for artwork. He doesn't just do art. I mean, he does, but he's not going to just spend, hundreds of dollars on canvas and paint for recreational uses. I feel like a lot of his personal ones are a lot smaller. When he takes a commission one, I will put it on Plopsy and we'll say he painted it for commission, and when it sells, whatever it sells for is what he gets. I'm gonna have Francis take his boys out to the farm and help out with the winter cleanup because we're gonna have to get ready for new harvest. It's too cold. Okay, so all the crops are too cold. I guess he is gonna do archery with his boys. That will be, we're missing Jack for some reason, cannot do it with us. Thread spinning has gone well. It sells very, very well for her. So I am just gonna have her do that here and there. It cost us $100 to do it, and they sell very well, but I'm not gonna, we're not gonna be stockpiling money that way. So Jenna is coming in here to help tutor Catriona with her letters and her numbers. Catriona and Jenna have a really good relationship. Jenna has never made the children not feel like she's their mom. She has really been an active part of their life, and they really appreciate the connection that Jenna and their dad have as soulmates. None of the kids treat her like she's not, worthy of respect or anything. They're a really good family unit. The boys out here are talking to their dad, Francis. Looks like their grandpa just walked by. And they are gonna do some more archery. I'm gonna have them do a couple of rounds. Looks like they're not all doing it. Joshua's not too great at archery, but he really is interested in ministry. So he is thinking about possibly becoming a priest or something when it comes to the Temple of the Watcher. So in the Rambunctious Religion mod, you can be like I think it's like Petarian or a Jacob Bite. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look. But I feel like but Joshua is interested in pursuing more academic studies through religion. So we'll probably have him do more things that suit along that. Theodore is gonna actually, oh, he did that on his own? Theodore is starting the laundry. Way to go, Theodore. I'm so proud of you. Francis has some good boys, it seems. Francis would support his children and what they want to do. His boys are potential heirs right now, though, to inherit the land. So if one of them is more interested in following more of a religious foundation, he most likely will be training up Theodore to take over on Alder Village. Jack loves anything wild. He knows that his biological father was a pirate. He does occasionally see him from time to time. Obviously wasn't raised by him. He was raised by his stepfather, Francis. So Francis often encourages, oh yeah, they're going to do a toddler glitch because I aged them up in cast. So it may happen from time to time, but I don't really care. Jack is often encouraged by Francis. See, he really encourages him to do archery, sword play. Often will bring him to the docks, which actually I think I'm going to send them both to go do that now. But he'll take them to the docks often to look at the boats. So now they're both going to go to the fish market. This way I can have them go together. He's going to collect seawater, and Catriona is apparently wasting her dad's supply. So I'm going to have her clean up after herself. But she seems to be a little hothead. At one point when we came in to check on the family, she was kicking her stepmom. Not saying that she's mean, but the clothes are still not that clean. So I'm going to have Catriona do it again. Joshua has called his family in here and said that he feels a calling from the Watcher to serve him and lead his people to, or their people, because I am the Watcher, lead the people, the fellow Sims of Avalon, to worship the Watcher. So they are all in here supporting while he does his prayer and prays over the family. This household especially, I feel, are a bit closer to the Watcher and the Maker. I can never decide which terminology I prefer, but it really doesn't matter because it's all make-believe. The bucket was busted, so Joshua is just going to give that a good little replace, but all the kids are kind of getting hungry now. Jenna is going to make the family a meat and potato pie. It is winter time, so potatoes would be available. We were having problems with it because I totally forgot you have to change the water out. So now we will actually have clean clothes this winter. Even though this household is pretty hectic and busy, they have a good handle on things. You know, the kids have grown up. They're all probably 8, 9, 10. Well, they're triplets, and then Jack is a year older. Theodore, it's gonna take me a minute to remember their names, but it looks like Theodore is now coming to work on his lessons while his stepmother cooks for them. So we'll have him he can join her cooking. So maybe he often likes to come in and join her. He's gonna talk to her about animals he saw in the woods. Since Theodore knows that he most likely will be inheriting the farm if his uncle doesn't have any kids, he takes all his lessons very seriously. He wants his brother to follow his own pursuit. Having responsibility around the farm gives Theodore purpose, so he isn't resentful in any means. Francis is really close to his boys, and everything seems to go well for him. While they may have 4 children at home, Francis and Jenna are doing a great job. So looks like Francis is asking the boys about their lessons today and how, things are going. Him and Jack just got back from the docks. Catriona just got done doing the laundry. So Catriona is excited for a nice warm meal after doing those. This family is really cute and close. I'm so happy for Francis. Even though his first marriage wasn't for love, he has always been really optimistic, and now he's married to a soulmate and they are making things work. Sometimes this just shows, even though life isn't how you predicted it to be, it could still be quite enjoyable. Jenna and Francis they're doing great. They're not the richest of the Alder family, but they do seem like rich in family. If that's not cliche and like gimmicky, but like their kids are well behaved. Everyone's listening. They don't detest their step parents. Because, you know, like I said, he's a stepdad to Jack. Jenna's a stepmom to all of them. And, you know, everyone is respectful. Everyone is kind and responsible. So this is like the least chaotic household I've had that had so many Sims. But it is 5 o'clock. Oh, it looks like his dad is here. I guess we will have to talk to Jacob real fast. I like how he goes up to their front door, even though they all share the common space. Like, come talk to us in the common space. What's up, Dad? Come on in. Jacob always respects his sons and their choices. He's really been a great family man since the beginning. So I like that it shows him respecting their boundaries by always knocking on their personal front door and not assuming that he can infiltrate on their family time just because he still is alive and, you know, the owner, like, he's definitely not like respect thy elders. That might come down the line, but this family struggled together and built up together. They will continue to be supportive, but that's not saying down the line we won't have family members that become strict and very stereotypical of roles for the time period. But right now it's pretty just let's survive, you know. Jacob and Julia had over like 11 children, but none, not all of them lived. If you all remember, in the last episode or so, Francis's brother Frederick got injured in a fire. So he is a blacksmith and he is our Gen 1 heir. But he can no longer toil and mine because of the minor nerve damage that he got from that fire. So it looks like Jenna is out here with her superwoman strength. Way to go, Jenna, mining. And she's got a bunch of ore. So I'm going to have her deliver what she's collected. But good on her. Jenna is a team player. So as you guys just saw, KD and Calling is her half-brother. And it's also some of their family's half-brother because Jacob's brother, Jedediah, had an affair with Jenna's mom. And that resulted in a illegitimate child. I think she was pregnant, so they might have just had a baby. Yikes, I'm gonna have to check. Okay, don't run away from me. I need to give you something, Tiara. We're gonna give her some of the yarn. Maybe they share their craft goods with the other family members here. Oh, Tiara, man, look at these women coming together. She is also mining. I love that. But we do need to give her everything we ordered. We got a bunch of silver today. Oh, good sister-in-laws. Way to go, guys. I love the camaraderie and the support they are offering each other. This is a family that just can't help but support each other. Like, they all do good. When one person is winning, they're lifting each other up. So she's very excited that Jenna was able to get a bunch of silver. Since opening the blacksmith station, Frederick has gotten a lot of orders for things, but due to that minor injury, he cannot just provide the level he would like to provide without the assistance of the village. So helping hands makes, you know, everything great. And I'm gonna, when I play Tiara, which I'm about to do, she is gonna give them some money for their help. Everyone helping out with the mining will also get a cut of whatever we sell from the blacksmithing. So we're not gonna leave Jenna in the dust and make her do manual labor and then they have the least amount of money. All right, so I'm gonna go switch households. So, all right, Frederick is in here talking to his dad, Jacob, and they are composing, you know, documents and stuff because them being the leaders of the family, they would often have meetings during the week. Tiara is going to make sure she hands over the medals to her husband. Tiara is outside studying magical tomes and just getting stronger in her abilities. Right now, she's currently working on the ability to clean using magic. So that'll be really nice for them once it actually works out. Frederick is going to come out here. Frederick is now crafting some steel and tempering things. Hopefully he'll get a sword done tonight so he can get it sold tomorrow. Trying to use his time wisely. He tends to do his blacksmithing later at night. Number one, because it's cold. So getting the workshop nice and toasty at the end of the day helps him sleep better at night. And he can use his daytime getting the farm ready, doing any legal paperwork he needs to do. I'm super excited we got him to this point in his goal. So we have some roles we need to take care of. Tiara just gave birth. They named their son Gerardo, which is absolutely fine. As long as she doesn't roll a 1, the baby, or she survived birth. So she survives birth, and for the baby, it's 5, 10, 15, or 20. Yay, he survived. That is good news. And to see if he survives up to infant, he cannot get a 12, 16, or 18. Oh my goodness. They keep losing their sons. Oh, we were losing all our daughters with Jacob and Hoya, and now we are losing all of our sons. Kiss him on the forehead. And then we'll have to age him up to delete him. This makes me so sad. Oh, I did say I was going to let them roll this time to see if the plea for death works. So I'm going to give her I'm going to do a D10 to see if the child survives her death plea. And I'm going to say she also used magic. So normally it's a 20% chance that a plea will work. So we'll say if it's 1, 2, or 3, the child does survive. And if it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the child does pass away. Yay! Okay, the baby will survive the death plea. So that means we can age up the child to an infant. That doesn't mean, it's going to make it past that. But at least we have one child making it to infancy, Frederick and Tiara. And before I go into Cass, tomorrow is Isolde's birthday. So we'll just go ahead and take care of that now. For Isolde to age up into a child, she has to not get a 9 or a 19. That's it. This is not her roll. Okay, rolling now for Isolde. Yay! She also gets to age up. I was holding my breath, guys. Here is Isolde as a child. She looks a lot like her mother, Mary. I don't know what color her eyes are. So basically, because of the eye glitch I get due to having too much custom eyes, I'm just kind of randomizing it based on the parents. And then whenever they age up to a teenager, they'll keep their eye color. Here is Gerard as an infant, our official heir for Frederick. He finally had a son, so hopefully he'll get to make it up and age to a teenager and get married, but I am feeling not that hopeful lately. An exciting part about having more kids on the farm is more helping hands from characters who are competent. I remade the girls' room right here, and they have 2 skills in here. I gave Frederick an office space since he does so much of the family finances and housekeeping and contracts. He needs a place to kind of do all his office work. Lastly, over in the blacksmithing station, I put a pottery wheel because I thought it'd be nice for the girls to be able to do pottery here where their dad is. And as well as Tiara, she might, be interested in doing that. So it's a winter morning here on Alder Farm. Tiara is getting the kiln working in the blacksmithing station. She uses her magic to come in here and get things started for Frederick's day. Today, since it is going to be a very cold day, he's going to start off with blacksmithing. Since I have Anne going to ride the horse, Isolde is going to do some chores around the farm and take care of the chickens. She is most likely going to be working on knitting or something. Yeah, so I'll have Isolde working on learning how to knit. Oh, I never saw how kids mount. I love that she sat down for her. They're going on their intense ride. I know horses are expensive, so I did have Horses Ranch when it first came out, but I didn't want to quickly be like, oh, we have horses now on our farm, because it would have cost the peasant family so much money to have a horse, especially when we were dealing with when we had been dealing also with a famine and everything, and building a family farm. I just didn't see them actually having money for a horse. So now that they do, I love that we can explore that option. She's going to be a great horse lady, horseback rider, that's probably more correct. Since Tiara got that prophecy from her nephew, she has been studying up on ancient scrolls, tomes, trying to figure out where he is getting this information, because he's the only one seeing like the decline of the kingdom after everything they've been through. She's like, I don't understand how things could get worse. We're finally all on the up and up, and her visions have not given her a single glimpse. And the only thing she can come to the conclusion of why she doesn't have any vision about this future, if it is true, is number one, she and her exact line of family will have such a key factor in choosing which way it'll go that she can't see it, because choices she will make will determine which way the prophecy swings. So if it is true, that might be why, is that her or one of her children are such a key player in this prophecy that she can't get a clear focus on it. So only her nephew can see it, because he has the potential to be the future king. And even though he would be king, it's not his actions that would cause him to be king. So he is able to see visions of those futures because it's not based on his own actions. So that's the only thing she can come to the conclusion of, is that her own actions must be part of this prophecy. That's why she can't see anything. Anne has finished up her horse ride, so we're gonna give some love. We're gonna feed Henrietta our cow, and we're gonna clean her. And we're gonna have to give some love to Dawn as well. I love that Anne is going to be the one to take care of the animals, because it's kind of like, it is my favorite. It is cottage living. See, okay. Sorry, guys. Emor is her nephew. I'm going to say one of the letters she's reading is a update that Emor wants to meet and talk about it, because he won't write down these prophecies because he doesn't want anyone to see them. So he has sent Tiara a letter saying he wants to speak to her soon. So we'll have them do that. But back to what I was saying, I like that Anne is taking care of the animals, because cottage living is one of my favorite packs. And I was really excited to use those aspects for my Extreme Ultimate Decade Challenge. But there is a lot of really cool mods for medieval gameplay that I feel like I haven't had a good balance of everything. So it's nice to just have some simple life with one of our Sims and make them very animal focused, especially because some of them will have to be farm focused. Soul takes after her mother a lot visually. It's kind of crazy. I mean, no, it's not. Of course she looks like her mother. The skills I'm going to focus on for Isolde are going to be more of that sort when it comes to what each family member will be working on. And for her, I will sell from the inventory, and we will just say that it sold at the shop. The family only has 2,000 simoleons, so I do feel like money is well balanced here, and we don't have like a crazy plethora of money hanging around. Can they nap with their kids? Really beat up and dirty. He did go hunting. I sent him hunting to get items, but can they really nap with their kids, or is he glitched? Because I don't hate this. That is so sweet. I'm not mad about it at all. We're going to talk to Gerardo, and we do need to introduce him to his grandpa. So I'm going to have him introduce him to his grandpa. Now, Tiara is getting a letter from her mother, Lady Isabella. So we're going to have to explore that later, but we will have her talk to her family more, because clearly there's something going on in the magical community. Once again, needs a gothic spellcaster to be involved in. But I want to focus on this right now. This is our 3 male generations in order. I'm so excited to have this moment. We have Jacob still alive with us, Gen 1, and then we have his heir and son, his firstborn son, who did make it to young adulthood, which is so rare. It's not even funny. His firstborn son, Frederick, here. And Frederick's not firstborn son, but secondborn son, first living past infancy, or to infancy, Gerardo. So Jacob is so oh, I want to cry. He's so happy to meet his grandson. I feel like maybe when they have family members born, they don't go over right away to meet the babies because of the risk of health. Maybe they wait until like the baby's been alive for a couple of months so they can be sure that everything is going to be okay. Looks like Millicent is about to give birth to their other child. Love to see it. Frederick, I think he's stuck here. Francis is out here checking on Adelaide, and Tiara is also, because of everything that happened with Ashton, they want to make sure she's doing okay. They do know that she was able to bring him. All the rest of the family knows that he was on his deathbed. She brought him back from the brink of death, but they don't know that he actually died, and she's sharing part of her soul with him now. And they thought maybe they noticed that her hair is more white, and they know Ashton's hair is more white, but they're just like, oh, that's just like the lingering effects of the magic. They don't understand that that is. So what it actually is her life force is being drained. So eventually if she does this magic too much, she will be a shell, which is like a potential for her to be a vessel for darkness. It doesn't mean that she inherently will be darkness. It's just the more of herself that she loses, the worse things could be. I knew I was having a better exceptions. So we just wanted the family checking in on her. All the older guys are gathered here in their main family hearth, chatting about things coming up and going. Frederick is doing really good in the blacksmithing. Francis is checking in with his dad, asking how things are going. Please ignore the dirty dishes. They weren't listening to me when I told them to clean it up. So I'm just going to pretend like they're not there. So yeah, the guys are together talking. Francis is really excited that Frederick's son has survived the winter. Spring is coming up around the corner. So the family is just brainstorming what they're going to do. Francis is saying how he and his boys are really excited to get farming, and that even though Theodore isn't going to inherit, if Frederick's son continues to be healthy, they still are in a part of the farm going to be helping hands. So they're like, so Francis is telling Frederick and his dad Jacob, just put us to work, tell us what duties you need us to do. Me and the boys are all ready. Francis also has a little bit of news. His stepson Jack Sparrow has been in contact with his father, and his father, who is a pirate, went and set sail and will be back in 5 years from his voyage. So he said that he would like to take Jack with him on the next one. So Francis had his dad and his brother here to chat and tell him how Jack will most likely be going on that trip with his biological father if he so wants to, but that's when he's a teenager, so that way he could work alongside and decide if he would like to be a pirate, I guess, or a seaman. Tiara is out here mining, and Nicholas has come outside to also check in and see what help needs to be done around the farm. We have spring in 1 day, so it makes sense why we see everyone running around the farm getting little things done here and there. We love to see it. Super excited. No one has seen Ashton since his resurrection, so we'll have to see what's going on there later. To help out Adelaide while she is tending to Ashton and taking care of their newborn son, Frances is out here running her apothecary stall. These are not poison apples, but they are medicinal apples that have been enchanted. It looks like no one is coming, which is a bummer. It is late, so we're going to have to end it, but he did try to help out before the sunset. Oh, there somebody is. Let's see if we can maybe sell her. Yep, she bought a magical apple. That is fine with me. I guess it took them a long time to get here due to the snow. We are on the first day of spring, the last day of 1324. We have the family here gathering for their morning church service. Francis is delivering his speech as everyone's coming in, and we also have KDN visiting his sister and cousins. No one is actually interested in marrying KDN because of the whole affair thing that happened between Jedediah and Tamara, and how it the rumor mill started and handled that. He really is struggling with marriage prospects because of his title issues. Even in the peasantry class, he is kind of like outcasted because of that, but he isn't a bad kid. So he is bonding closer to the older family, his paternal biological side, in hopes to possibly get help with a marriage match and good credibility, as right now he hasn't had any proposals accepted due to that, because Jedediah was so hated in the kingdom, and well, at least in the peasantry class, in his social class, and Tamara was so beloved. Everything that happened between Jedediah and Ama Brewer just kind of made growing up in the household for Cadian difficult. So he is here, and we may help him find a bride in the next year. I was also going to have to take care of a birthday for Alexander. So after this service, we will do that. It looks like our noble family isn't too noble to come in and help us on the first day of spring. We have Duke Arthur here helping family. We have Gwen helping. Everyone's helping with spring. Lancelot is out here working. Tamara is working. Even Alice, Mary's sister, is here working. I'm having a tuning error, so in some cases we will have Sims standing around doing nothing, but we are trying. This was a great way for the men and women of older family to start off spring with a prayer for their harvest. We're going to also have to roll for our harvest to see how good it turns out. The kids are in here playing and chatting up, having breakfast, it seems, all of them together. Everything's looking great. So we have a birthday I'm going to go take care of now. So it is the birthday of Alexander. Alexander is the last living child to age up for Halia and Jacob. Here is Jacob, Gen 1, and Halia. All of their children were... actually, we are missing some. There's only 10 on here, but in the list, I have 13 names. Some of them didn't get to be put on the family tree, but that's okay. Alexander... yeah, Edard had a twin brother who was named Davos, so he's not on here. Caesar is Francis's twin brother. Arthur and Gwen are twins. I don't think Alexander is a twin. I think he is a solo baby. So yeah, as long as he doesn't get a 7, he will age up. Yay! Okay, let's see if he gets married. Okay, so what we're going to do is if he gets a 4 to 20 on a D20, he gets married. And then this is for number of children. Alexander gets married and he gets 5 attempts for to try for a baby. So that is awesome. Alexander is tall. He also aged up with this really nice long braid, and I decided to leave it. I love that for him. He's super masculine, looks a lot like Halia and Jacob equally. I love to see it. I also put him in the same outfit Frederick was in because I feel like Tamara would kind of design like a family, not uniform, but like the way the family is dressing. Like I think she would like produce a very similar outfit for them just to show that they're moving up in class and respect in the kingdom. Yeah, I know sometimes there's like, yeah, but I really like the way he turned out. Tabitha is looking really pregnant. Oh, I'm so happy for everyone. Everyone in the family's doing good. Nimue still hasn't had a child yet, but since she is a vampire and gonna live forever, I'm not really eager to like go out of my way to make her have the child. Yep, so here is Cadian. He is Emma Brewer and Jedediah's illegitimate child. He really likes it here on Alder Farm. I think I'm going to have Jacob come tell him, stay with me. I'm going to make sure you are taken care of. He's technically his, uncle. And, now that his last son is moving out and we're going to get him set up in marriage and work, I feel like Jacob's like, I can do one more good thing for our family. Like, you have our red hair, even though Jacob only has one son that has that hair. Yeah. Yeah, he is like, come live with me. I'm going to take care of you. Yeah, you are proven to grow up to have been a better man than your father. And I don't think that you would do the things that he did to people. So I would like to welcome you into the family and not blame you for what happened. Sorry, I want to look at Gwen's beautiful face because I love her. So we will, I'm going to move him into our active household. And the good thing is, as well, is he is another magical creature because he is a spellcaster. Oh, they're hitting it off. He really, really likes his nephew. We're going to have to teach him all the farm stuff. He is a little scraggly guy, but it looks like he's excited. So I wonder if this is going to be hard for Tamara. I can't believe Tamara is still alive. I think she will maybe be alive a few more years after Jacob, because I think she'll be alive a few more years after Jacob. But at this point, you know, she's a grandma. But I wonder if it's hard to see Jacob so friendly to the child who kind of is the reason her marriage ended. I mean, obviously it's not, but in this time period, I wonder if she feels like that or if she would want what's best. I'm going to have him introduce himself to her and see how she feels. Like maybe how she feels about him. Just want to make sure there's like no ill will. He's like, hi, I know this is awkward because my dad was your husband and I am the affair baby, but I would like to make sure that we have a good repertoire. Oh, she definitely feels some type of way. Those are not her right eye color. But anyways, yeah. I think he's saying, you know, I'm not like my dad and I'm sorry he hurt you. And she accepts him. Tamara's a good person. I mean, she at one point, you know, was inherently selfish because she had a really rough life, but she's a good person. I think we're going to call this the end of the year 1324. I know it's only 12 o'clock, but there's not much I'm going to do storytelling wise until the next year. So guys, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. I hope you have a great day. Bye.